Welcome to the Toronto Health Educators Association's training module on anxiety. This module will introduce you to some of the basic information on anxiety disorders that you will need for the coming school year in your work as a peer health educator. Please read these instructions carefully. They will guide you through the module. Feel free to work at your own pace, starting and stopping as you choose. These learning outcomes provide an outline of what knowledge you will be expected to gain from the completion of this module. Reading them carefully will assist you to recognize this information in the module and learn how to apply them in your work as a peer health educator or volunteer. You will need a reliable internet connection for this module in order to take advantage of the videos and more, so ensure that you are able to connect before you begin. Anxiety can cause a major disturbance to an individual's ability to complete tasks, attend class, and be successful academically. The following statistics were taken from the 2013 National College Health Assessment. This assessment was conducted at post-secondary schools all across Canada. The numbers that you see on the slide are specific to York University students. Anxiety is a feeling of uneasiness, apprehension, or tension you may feel in response to a real or perceived threat. Most of us have experienced a relatively mild, brief anxiety brought on by an ordinary stressful event. For the person suffering from an anxiety disorder, the anxiety experienced as chronic and persistent and can grow progressively worse if not treated. We will only be focusing on a few anxiety disorders, but there are many others including obsessive compulsive disorder, specific phobias, and post-traumatic stress disorder. If you would like some additional training or resources, please don't hesitate to let your team lead and the peer health education coordinator know, and we will try our absolute best to make sure that you feel as prepared as possible to be a great health peer educator. Panic disorder is characterized by recurrent, sudden, unexpected panic attacks. Not everyone who experiences a panic attack will develop a panic disorder, but it is important to seek professional help for repeated panic attacks. If left untreated, a panic disorder can interfere with a person's ability to carry out normal daily activities. Some panic attacks may have a trigger, while others may come at any time without warning. Signs of a panic attack include sudden feelings of fear and terror, believing that you are having a heart attack or that you are dying, racing heart, feeling weak, dizzy, or faint, numbness or tingling in the fingers and hands, sweating or chills, difficulty breathing, and a loss of feeling of control. Panic attacks are an individual experience, and not everyone who has a panic attack experiences the same impacts to the same degree. The image above is hyperlinked to a video where people describe the experience of having a panic attack. If the hyperlink doesn't work, please feel free to copy and paste the URL into your own web browser. People with social phobia have a persistent, intense, and chronic fear of being watched and judged by others, and of being embarrassed or humiliated by their own actions. The fear may be so severe that it interferes with school, work, or other daily activities. Symptoms include profuse sweating, trembling, difficulty talking, nausea, and/or other stomach discomfort. The image on the slide has been hyperlinked to a video where someone shares their experience of what it is like to live with a social anxiety disorder. If the hyperlink does not work, please copy and paste the link on the slide into your web browser. Generalized anxiety disorder is characterized by excessive worry occurring more days than not and about a number of different things, such as work, family, health, or finances, usually despite there being little or nothing to provoke the worry. Symptoms include restlessness, twitching, fatigue, muscle tension, muscle aches, impaired concentration, irritability, impaired sleep, sweating, and hot flashes. The image on the slide has been hyperlinked to a video where someone shares their experience of what it is like to live with a generalized anxiety disorder. If the hyperlink does not work, please copy and paste the link on the slide into your web browser. Almost everyone becomes nervous around exam time, but for some people, this anxiety can become so intense that it can have a significant negative impact on performance and, as a result, academic standing. Exam or test anxiety includes an excessive fear of being evaluated and the possible consequences. There are four main factors that contribute to exam anxiety. These factors include lifestyle factors such as diet, exercise, sleeping, caffeine, and scheduling. Information needs such as exam taking strategies, content clarity for the exam, and knowledge of anxiety reduction techniques and how to apply them. Studying styles. Students learn in different ways, and the same goes for studying. By trying out different study styles, you can find out how you can best retain the information you need for the exam. And psychological factors, such as feeling a loss of control, negative self talk, irrational thinking around the exam. For example, if I fail this exam, I won't pass the course, I won't get into grad school, and I will never get a job. The image above is hyperlinked to a great video talking all about exam and test anxiety and tips on how to combat it. If the hyperlink doesn't automatically work, please feel free to copy the link beside the image to your web browser. People with anxiety problems often know that their fear or anxiety they feel is irrational or excessive, but they are also unable to control those feelings. If you are trying to help someone who is feeling anxious, try to stay calm, speak in a calm and soothing voice. You can acknowledge their feelings of fear and anxiety, but don't play into them. Be supportive without supporting their anxiety or fear. If appropriate, encourage them to seek professional help by directing them to services such as counseling and disability services on the Kiel and/or Glendon campus, or any other resource you think would be helpful. The following are a list of on-campus resources. As a peer health educator, you will be expected to be able to inform students about these resources, what they offer in terms of treatment, and how to access these services. There are additional resources available if you live in residence, such as the DONS and Residence Life Coordinators. Can you think of any more on-campus resources? Here are some links to websites with further information on anxiety disorders. There are also additional resources available in the peer room in your team section.